Studio.
We are back after the storm that Houston has weathered last week. I'm sure all of you guys went through a lot. I know I did, and we all got through it though, so it was crazy. We're gonna start off by talking about that. But actually, no, I have a question for you guys. I had said it before the show started, and it was like kind of crazy. But and Cam, I do want your answer. So you guys, for our segment, but that's just me. If you were in a relationship and your significant other cheated on you, and Cam, stop. If your significant other cheated on you and had a baby, could you stay? And if you could, obviously, would you be able to take care of that child as your own? All right, Leah, you go first since Cam over here thinking.
Okay, so first of all, is this my husband?
This is your husband, yes.
Okay. I would question the fact that he slept with the woman without protection.
Yes.
So that would make me feel like, do you even care about me at this point?
Yeah.
Secondly, if I was able to make it past that point, to the point where the child was brought to this world, I feel like we would have to have custody. And the person that he had the child with kind of...
But how can you do that?
I know. So it's just like, if we can't do that, then I can't.
You can't do like a co-parenting type of feel?
I don't think so. Because I'm going to have to look at her every time we exchange the kid,
Yeah.
knowing that my husband slept with her unprotected.
So basically you couldn't. You couldn't stop that.
I don't think so. I feel like if I got cheated on, cheat with me with a condom at least, because it's diseases out there for real. But yeah,
So
that just
I think your answer is no.
yeah, I don't think I can stay with him. Like, with the baby,
Cam?
with the baby, no.
So, could you stay and help take care of that child?
Huh?
Could you stay and help take care of the child? You gotta think about it. Y'all been in this relationship. Y'all been married for about 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
So, of course, I would take care of the child, but no, I wouldn't be able to stay. Like, that hurts too much. That hurts way too much for me to, like, really, really forgive you. And then on top of that, for me to ever trust you again.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I will never trust you again.
That is broken.
Yeah, no.
No.
I take care of, like, I be a father to the kid just because, like,
But why
it's...
though?
But I guess you're
Why
speaking
wouldn't
like
I
if y'all got kids
Why
together.
would you try to be there for the kid?
Because it's not the kid's fault.
But
I would technically be the daddy, right? Like, it would be my child, or it would be...
Oh, because you're her husband.
Yeah.
Yeah, so are you saying if she... Okay, so
Yeah.
in that scenario, too, like...
But if y'all split up.
Nah.
I think I'm thinking on your level too. Like,
I would
okay, let's say
draw
y'all
that
got
line.
kids together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If the kids come over, maybe she want to bring that kid.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I get what you're saying in that aspect. Like, I would never treat that child any differently. It ain't got nothing to do with that.
But if
I
there's
can be
no
with
other
you.
child and
Then no.
it's not my baby,
Yeah.
then nah, that's y'all shit.
That's
That's y'all issue.
And Kirk situation.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Because
That
me
was
personally, y'all, I couldn't do it. Like,
Right.
I'm just too emotional in a sense. And I would never put anything against the child. But I
Yeah.
know for a fact every time that I see this child, I'm gonna
like,
just
man.
think
Right.
about all the stuff.
It
You know
was
what I'm
an
saying?
episode where the child was even like resistant towards her, like kinda
Yeah.
like, leave me alone, I would take that like I would probably throw that kid. I don't know, like
Oh my
I do not know, and I know the kid has nothing to do with it, but it's just.
But it's hard to
the
like
fact,
compartmentalize with your emotions
Yeah.
and this child, because like I got the question from, because I was seeing Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade, and they like they're so happy.
Yeah.
But when he cheated on her and had that baby, when she could not have a baby
Oh, this
at the
is
time, it's not recent, but
Oh, he had another baby?
Yes. He cheated on Gabrielle Union and had a baby, and this is the time that they were trying to have a kid, and she could not have a kid,
Oh my god, I didn't know.
and she
that.
is still with this man.
with the new baby.
With the new baby. I mean, they got their child now,
Finally,
but
yeah.
she was without her baby for a minute, taking care of that
Yeah,
child.
that takes a lot.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
What?
This nigga got money.
Yeah, like,
I
but
mean,
that's
so
not.
she got money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
long. Her money long.
Yeah.
So that I feel like that's nothing in that situation, but that's what she wanted to.
But
I
you
do
know
know.
what, though, at the same time, like, when you with somebody for a very, very long time, like, you kind of know them, and I feel like that plays a part into the situation, too, because I feel like you may want to be forgiving, But it's just like, I guess not until you go through it, you're gonna realize it's too much work, and you're not gonna be able to really forgive. Like you could try, like
You
you
try
could
your
force
hardest.
it, but it's always gonna be an issue.
And then that's gonna be the worst thing, trying to force it. Because
Yeah.
now y'all just faking it. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? You obviously can't handle it or can't take it. I just know me, first of all, like a woman who, I've never tried to have a child, but I'm just saying, like, a woman who is trying to have a child and it is hard. She's having these miscarriages, many miscarriages. Like, read up on her story
With someone
and
else.
have a baby.
That's just a different form of cheating right there. Like,
I feel like any man who like steps out on his woman, whether it be she's pregnant or like trying to have a baby or anything in that like stature, I just feel like that's just completely
or if
wrong.
she's sick, because I've witnessed a situation like that where she was sick.
Like cancer or something. Oh my goodness, like that is just so sad. I mean, I'm not gonna say like it's just the men, because I
No,
mean like
that's
women be
sad.
doing that stuff too,
Yeah.
but it's like, I don't know. I just know me, I could not stay, and I've seen so many relationships that just stick through it, take care of the other kid. It's like a big old happy go lucky family.
So I met this black couple. They were married, like, I think she was like 66 years they was celebrating. And I was like, what's the secret? How did you stay together? And she was just like, whenever we broke, we fixed it. Y'all nowadays, when y'all break, y'all go find something new. Y'all don't even want to repair it. Y'all don't want to try to fix it. She was like, and she was like, it ain't easy, you know what I'm saying? Like, I done been through a lot. So it's just like, how much are you just willing to put up with that person?
Yeah.
I personally think everybody gonna get cheated on, no matter what. I feel like everybody cheat, and I feel like my mindset changed once I came to Houston, because all these men they be hitting on me and they be married, and it's just like,
it will make your
What?
whole thought process
Yeah.
change. Because when I worked at the plant, all those married men and all of them trying to come at me, it kind of made me look at Tay like, the hell is you doing?
Yeah,
Like, you know what I'm saying? They married, they got kids, and they ain't trying. You ain't got no. What is you doing something? Like, it started making me like go crazy. He's like, calm down. I'm like, nah, I ain't putting nothing past nobody. Nothing past nobody at this moment, because these oh my goodness. But also I have like a good representation of a man from my father. I've never gotten the gist or anything of him cheating. Like, and he's been with his wife for I'm gonna say over how old was I in 5th grade? How old are you in the 5th grade?
like
10 or 11. Okay, so about 15 years. They've been married for over 15 years, and I know that man has never cheated. Like, I know for a fact that man has never cheated. So it's like, I know it's possible.
Yeah.
But then when you talk about the old couples, like, because my grandma and my grandfather, they're still together, but I know that man that cheated, bro. Like, I know he did. It is me, the old ones that just be cheating. Like, my Aunt Hazel and my Uncle Norman, they've been together for
Oh my
years.
gosh.
And then I remember, like, a couple years ago, a cheating scandal coming up from my Uncle Norman. Ain't you about 70? Like, what? How
Boy,
are
you got
y'all
worms.
cheating? Like, I did not get it, but they stick it through.
Yeah.
That's the difference. I feel like there is a breaking point. What's your breaking point?
I mean, if you feel like you want another woman over me,
That's it. That's it.
I don't really feel like I have let's fix this. It's like, no, at that time, you wasn't even thinking about me. When you were laying with her and you was doing all that with her, you don't want
Have
me
you
for real.
ever stayed with a man that has cheated on you?
I guess yes. Only because of what happened. So I was in school out of town, and we were sleeping together. That was my man. I came back home to visit, and we slept together. On my way back to school, I was like itching, all kind of stuff.
He gave you
I had
something.
chlamydia. He gave me something. However, I went back to him. I was like,
my
I was pretty much
God.
like, I didn't went to the doctor. I ain't been with nobody, not even thinking like he didn't stepped out. He was like, oh, well, let me go get checked, like acting nonchalant to the situation and all this and that. But it wasn't until I went back and called it again.
Oh my God.
It's like he didn't even handle that, and yeah, so that was whenever I was kind of like, wake up.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let you say that by yourself. That happened to me. I was 15.
Wow.
I was 15 years old with a guy. He cheated on me. You know what I'm saying? Gave me the media. You feel me? And I didn't know what the hell that was. Like, I'm like, oh my God, I'm dying.
No.
I have AIDS. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, when my doctor tried to say, oh my God, I'm 15 and AIDS. Like, this is a story. Like, what the? But she let me know, like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, you need to sit here and think about who you've been with. And I was like, I ain't been with nothing. I ain't been with nobody. Damn, like who? Then I thought, I was like, oh my God. And then when I told him, this how I knew he cheated, because when I told him, he was so calm. So calm.
Oh my God.
And I was like, hold on.
He
I'm
act
thinking,
like it wasn't even from him. Like,
yeah,
no,
and then
like,
he was just like, all right, yeah,
good.
thank you for letting me know. What? You know what I'm saying? No, niggas don't do what? So that's how I found out. At that moment, I knew like, okay, nah, you can't trust nobody. At 15, that's when I learned. So shoot.
Yeah. And so I didn't have any proof that he cheated, but I mean, where else did I get it?
Yeah, but I do believe that too, though. I do believe that a lot of people cheat. I'm not gonna say everybody, but 95%, yeah. Yep.
Cam, you ever cheated?
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
I've never cheated. I've never ever cheated.
You never cheat,
I've
Aleah.
only had like 2 boyfriends.
You never cheated.
Like, I'm dead serious. I've never cheated. If we were dating, maybe, but an actual like committed relationship, no.
Okay, I don't think it. Okay, what was it committed? No, because if they were, he wasn't committed. So basically, I guess I didn't. Right? No, I did. Now that I think about it.
You know you did.
Shut up, Kim.
I'm obsessed though.
No, I did, but I
Really?
Yeah, when I'm with somebody, I'm kind of I just want them. I'm all about them. If my mind is changed,
You're a Libra,
then I don't want to be with them. I'm a Virgo.
No, I'm a Libra.
Yeah.
I think my cheating, what I can say is it's all been vindictive. Okay,
Yeah.
like and that's I mean it's not right, but it's always been like, oh, you did some shit. It's very toxic. Actually, it's very toxic because why won't I just leave? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like why won't I
said.
just leave? But no, I'm gonna stay here, and I'm gonna do this too.
And
So
you
you
gonna
can,
learn
and
your
you gonna
lesson.
learn. But at the same time, I ain't learning nothing either because I'm
At
still
all.
here. Like still here. So it was very back and forth, tit for tat, and it was just like, why we doing this?
I
Like
can't even be mad at you though, cause I'm the same way.
like.
If I feel like you know, if it's just not the same.
Yes, because I hate that about me, no lie. I really do, because it's just like, I can't let nobody get me like that. Like, I feel like you done got me.
So
you
you
think
got
you ain't gonna
your
get got? I'm gonna tell you about it, too.
What?
I did. One time I told him, he said, you really did that? I said, yes, but I told you I was gonna do that, though. So I don't know why I did it. Like, I swear
there's
to
a
God.
warning, like, bro, if you don't quit, like, these are going to be the
I told him.
repercussions. Like,
I remember we was in San Houston in my dorm. And I said, you really did that? I said, but you knew I was going to. We had the conversation. If you took me for a joke, that was
It's
your
your
fault.
fault.
Like,
Like,
No, for real.
and then where you at? Right here. Like, you ain't going. Oh my God, y'all. But now let's go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and get back into some music. You know what I'm saying? But keep that in y'all's mind, y'all. If y'all was in a relationship and somebody cheated on you, y'all really think y'all can stay and be with this man or woman and take care of this child? Personally, I know I can't do it. So
I mean, like, I'm forgiving when it comes to, like, cheating in general.
yeah, it's just the
because-
child part.
But,
Right.
like, doing all, like, okay, it's different when you have sex with somebody else. It's a whole nother thing when you develop, like, a relationship, like, on top of your
Thank you.
relationship. Like, I could understand if you step out and you just...
Because I know it's
doing
possible
your
to do
thing,
it with
like,
no
once or
feelings.
twice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you having, like, oh, good morning.
Bro,
Good
yes,
night.
this
What
is
you-
too
like,
much.
That's not, you don't...
Y'all have created a whole different relationship.
Yeah,
like, you just
exactly.
messing around and doing what you're doing, I can take that. I can, because I'm strong for that.
Mm-hmm.
But you didn't create, you trying to get to know her?
Right, it's the no
Y'all,
condom
you want to know her
and
favorite
the no
color?
pull out.
What? Like, stop playing with me, bro.
Exactly.
But we'll be right back, you guys. It's the studio. Stay tuned.
What's up? Welcome back to the Studio Radio Show. We about to get into the Word on the Street segment. And the word on the street that I've been hearing is that the rolling power outages only affected brown and black communities as well as like low income communities in Texas. How do y'all feel about that?
Like, I'm kind of split because, like I said earlier, like the neighborhood that I stay in is a predominantly like really good neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? And so all of their power went out, but I stay right by the hospital, so I still had mine. But still, in that area, a lot of people was out of power, so I don't know. But I did keep hearing that it was just affecting low income families. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, and I think what it really meant though, like, okay, everybody's power was out, but I think the low income families couldn't sustain it. Like, they couldn't afford the buying all those bottles of water to wash their hands, to flush their toilets, or buying all the food. So I think that's kind of where it set them back a bit. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I know that they say like about 90 people died as far as dependent on power to survive. But that, I mean, I feel like everybody pretty much did what they had to do to get through the situation. But I feel like none of my white friends that I talk to, I don't feel like they experienced power outages or lost water. So that kind of got me, kind of believing.
Like, you've never experienced this, so yeah, obviously, because it doesn't go into your thing. And I'm looking at this article, it says lower income families may not, this is obviously before it all happened, but lower income families may not be able to stock up on essentials ahead of the storm, have access to transportation in the event of an emergency, or afford precautions like renters or flood insurance, leaving them vulnerable when the disaster strikes. So that's why I think, like, it really hit the lower income families because, okay, when all of this popped off, a lot of people could travel to go to these other hotels and afford to spend a certain amount of money a night for that, whereas someone who does not make as much money can't do that. So they do have to sit in this no heat, no water type of thing.
Right. I mean, and I could have afforded to get me a room. However, I didn't have no kids. It was just me.
Yeah.
I kind of just, I stayed in one spot in my blanket.
And I mean, like you said, that's different. You don't have a family to take care of, so you can sustain that. Whereas they have babies and this and that. That's
I couldn't
hard.
imagine that. Like, if you had a newborn and you weren't breastfeeding, how are you heating your baby's bottles? How are you, ensuring that these things are met? Like, that's crazy. I read where someone was like, my baby's toes are purple.
Oh my goodness.
Like that's.
It was cold.
Yeah.
Like,
I was thinking cold. Like, why are you even seeing their feet? Because why you don't got socks? So that was the thoughts that was going.
Why you ain't got socks on your baby?
Yeah.
Like,
why are there not socks on his feet? But I mean, like, it was cold.
Yeah.
Like, and they say Houston reached record temperature, 13 degrees.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I know I had my little sister at the house with me. She's 6, and then 2 of my friends, they came over because they didn't have power. So. And one of them has a daughter, so she brought her daughter over there. So it was a lot of people in our 1-bedroom apartment, but then that just started showing me, like, oh my God, all the food that we have to buy, because people were just sitting here. What are we going to do? Like, eat.
But
like,
even,
you know what I'm saying?
The grocery stores still, the last time I went to the grocery store was probably like Tuesday. But there was no meat still. Like, they still had to stock back up because they said they had to throw it all out because it went bad.
Yeah.
But they still had to stock this. So it's just like, okay.
And just because, I guess whatever transportation or how they get their stuff in, I know that was delayed.
Right.
Like, I know that was delayed
by
far.
I ordered so much stuff online, and everything was weather.
Me too. I ordered my boyfriend something, and it did not come in at all. Actually, they canceled the order. And I had because it was just like, I guess.
It was like, we not.
They canceled it. It was via Amazon. Yeah. Wow. So I was like, oh, shoot. So I got my money back. I'll just go buy it, I guess, at Best Buy or whatever. But, but that was fun to tell y'all before earlier. Okay. So, y'all, I had power. I had, heat and everything. That was great and dandy. But we lost our water due to them freezing. Right. And it happened so suddenly. Like, I was sitting on the toilet, and I'm talking to Tay. I'm talking to my boyfriend, and I'm like, yeah, man, this is crazy. He's like, yeah, we need to start preparing for when the pipes freeze. I'm like, but it's going smooth right now. You know what I'm saying? Right as I say that, to flush the toilet, not flushing, not going down. Wow. So I was just like, I'm looking at him like,
it's usually like a last flush. It wasn't even
I ain't gonna lie. I was sitting there for a minute. I'm that type of person to sit there, play a couple games, hit a bar, you know what I mean, think about life. And I guess I was there a little bit too long. It did not. So we're having to figure it out. So we got it to like kind of go down a little bit, like by putting water like in the back or whatever. So then it got to the point where nobody could use it. Like, so it was like, don't even open it. Don't open it up. Y'all, I had to pee in the tub and like rinse it out with water, like water bottles and stuff to like get it.
I guess that's the difference with like living alone. Because I was able to just use it on top of my. See,
because it was just you.
Trust me, I was just like,
it's disgusting.
Yes.
So then we found, and then y'all, Tay, so it wouldn't go down. Tay had to scoop it out.
All right, so I'm about to get on y'all ass.
Oh, wait.
I'm about to get on both of y'all ass.
And I had to poop in a bag, y'all. I pooped in a bag. You know, you put the bag under the toilet or whatever. And then Tay was like, it's okay, baby. I'll take your poop out. You know what I'm saying? I was like, this is so
Aw, that's so
embarrassing.
sweet.
I was like, I don't want to
That
look
is
at
so
it. You know what I'm
sweet.
saying? He took it
I'm
out
about
for
to
me.
get on Tay ass. too.
What? He took it out. He did it. And I was like, and then he said, it was actually a lot less than I expected. So I was like, so what? You think I'm a shitty ass girl or something?
No, you small. You take small shit.
What you about to get on us for? What we did?
Y'all know that y'all could have just went to like the next building and got some water, right?
I walked all the way around my apartment with buckets. I promise
You didn't find none?
nothing.
What?
I was so tempted to
Yeah.
like scoop up water that was on the ground.
No.
But let me tell you though, no, you're right. But whenever, because we were trying to figure it out, we're like, why? Because we had water. We had a lot of water to be able to do that, and we actually did, like, filled it up. But it wouldn't go down because the pipes were so frozen.
Oh.
That's why. If it don't matter if you're like if you don't have water in your house,
Pearland
then that
sucks.
works. You know, oh okay,
Yeah.
boom, do it, no problem. But when your pipes are frozen, nothing can even go down there. Not even the water that we putting in there.
Right.
So that's
Wow.
why once we realized that wasn't gonna work, to scoop everything out.
Wow. That's
So
good.
yeah, so then like when we had came back and the water had just like started to come back on, but it was still kind of weird. We had to do the pour the water in type of flush thing, and it worked perfectly because they were already thawing out,
Yeah.
but not like fully.
Right.
So yeah, that was the reason. Like trust me, we was
Wow.
doing everything. Like we was working on that toilet for a minute, and then it got to the point where I was just like, get the bag.
Well, it was, I think, that, man. Okay, so the storm hit what, like Valentine's Day?
Yeah.
Yep, Sunday night.
Oh. So I had a rough Valentine's Day, and then the storm hit, and like, I think about 3 o'clock in the morning the power went out, but I'm like, okay, it's probably gonna come back on in the morning once it stops snowing and stuff.
Yeah.
And then come
It
back.
never came back. So like, I got up, I started walking around. Of course, Vaya wanted to play in the snow and stuff, so we making snow angels, and I'm throwing snow on her. But then I'm like, wait, it's cold, like.
What we
I
gonna
gotta
do?
get some wood. Like, so I started walking around and picking up all the dead trees and trying to make firewood. But it's then snowed all night, so all the wood
It's
is
wet.
So I gotta go in the house and get like 3 towels, dry the wood out, like get a bunch of lighter fluid, and then like it sucked. I was sliding everywhere. I had ended up going to my mama's house because, and I'm about to contest your theory because a lot of people in Third Ward had power. Not everybody, but like the middle had power, and then the bottom ain't had no power. And then like the top up by McGregor, I think the top up by McGregor had power because they run along the same street as the medical center.
Yeah, when you're by the
And
medical
all
center.
of them power lines kind of like run the same way. So I feel like we was on the same grid as the medical center, so they couldn't lose power. But
So the hospitals kept power.
for
Yeah.
the most part,
Because the hospital is right across the street from my apartment, and I never lost power.
and like usually I think it's the people that's on grids that are close to like necessary things is the people that really didn't lose power. The people that's off in like Pearland or off, I know you mean like.
But they were like back, like you know what I'm
like
like back in the
actual
house area. I'm
Pearland,
right there on
yeah.
Business Center, so it's completely
So
different.
how can they just say like we gonna cut y'all power off, but not these people power off?
What happened was, okay,
I don't
so
get that.
it's backup generators that's not directly here. I don't know where they said they was. I forgot. But the company that runs the power for Texas, for the state of Texas in general, has backup generators. Like, but you know how they were saying we didn't weatherproof none of our stuff or nothing like
it
that.
was froze.
So the issue was when everybody power went down at that time in the middle of the night,
Yeah.
like real quick, it went to the backup generator, and then the backup generator got full, and it crashed, and then the other one, and it didn't have nowhere else to run power to. So whoever had power, whoever didn't.
And you know, there was a bill that went through it, but it didn't pass. They didn't sign it off. I think when Donald Trump was in presidency, it was saying like if we ever had a power outage like this, that Texas could borrow power from the neighboring states. But
We
they didn't
opted
sign
to
off
do
on
it.
it.
We
Yeah,
didn't
they didn't
wanna
want to
do
do
it.
it. So and then this happened. So
I know.
if they would have done that, we would have been fine.
But
Yeah.
also in 2011, they were supposed to like upgrade our systems. They didn't. They neglected that.
Well, like
Because-
both of them really, because if we would have had more backup generators, they just could have like kept
Yeah.
rolling the power.
I mean, like Texas just was not prepared for anything like this to happen.
it never gets this
And
cold.
at the end of the
Ever?
day,
How can we prepare? You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
this never
but
happens.
still, why wouldn't you prepare for the worst case scenario? Because you got it was so many states that were colder than what was happening in Texas.
But
Worse.
they prepare for that.
Exactly,
Though. Yeah, they know that.
And
Michigan
then,
rain, that ain't
the
never gonna be no
salt
problem up there.
trucks on the road and stuff. Why was it just seemed like they were salting the highways, but they weren't salting the roads?
Yeah, the roads are where you need to salt it because those trees that are towering over these roads, they're holding all that ice and that water and they're just dripping. So
I mean, but everybody got to drive on these roads to get to the highway. So it's just like y'all just want us to wreck. Y'all
Tuesday morning. Or was it Wednesday? No, it was Tuesday morning. That's when we take out up early, and we were like, we gotta go. We gotta drive. We had not a lot of water left, so we were like, we just gotta drive super, super slow, and it was scary.
Yeah.
Like I was really, really scared. We're going 20 miles an hour and drifting. You know what I'm saying? And then it started raining.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, Lord, like I'm just praying as we're driving, and it like. For a drive that is supposed to take a good 25 minutes, took us about 30, 40, 45. Yeah, it was like long, too long. Like, and it just got more scarier. I'm just like, I just want to get back home. Like, and because we went to 3 different stores. We went to H-E-B. That's when the lady was telling everybody in the line, like, there's no water, no bread, no this, no that. So we were like, no point of us, we're going for water.
Right.
Went to Target. They had no water, but like water bottles, and they were only giving out 5 bottles a family.
Wow.
So and it was like those Aquafina bottles. So then I was like, we need to go to Highway 6. It takes. I don't want to drive that far. I'm like, but I know there's water at this Kroger. Like I just had a feeling, and it was y'all stacked high, but it was just the core waters. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, damn, like we gotta buy that.
The most expensive
The
water,
most
because
expensive
everybody
water,
in Fresno
we gotta
done
buy
bought
it.
all of the Texas spring water.
Yeah, all them water's gone, but we left with the most expensive water, Fiji's and Coors and stuff. So we spent $100 on water, and got like only I think like a good 50 bottles, but.
Wow. By the grace of God, I was in Milwaukee. It was freezing. I landed in Dallas, and that's when the Fort Worth had the whole accident with the 130 cars. So when I made it back to Houston, I went to the grocery store. I stocked up.
Yeah, you seen it coming.
Yeah, I beat everybody. Like everything was stocked up at the grocery store, so I didn't have to leave my house till like Wednesday when I had to leave.
Yeah.
Like,
see, I ain't gonna lie though. Like we kind of complaining about nothing, cause. While at the same time, yes, we should have had power. I blame the entire state for not having power. Like, it was negative 35 in Iowa.
Yeah, how the hell we don't have power?
It's the people that roofs caved in, had water leaking, and they
like,
were cold.
Those
they
two.
They had to be really, really, really
pipes
cold.
busting too.
They said people was froze to death, homeless people.
Yes, they
outside.
was. It was.
Like,
it's
that
cold.
That is crazy.
Yeah, hypothermia.
I mean, the states up there, they ready. They prepared. You know what I'm saying? When I was in Milwaukee, it was 1 degree.
Yeah.
Like, and that's nothing.
It was nothing to them. Everybody was functioning, driving right. They did everything they needed to do. It was, you just did what you had to do. Here in Tech, we're not ready for that. We wasn't ready for that. It hit us like,
we ain't never been ready for that. Anytime that it ever got a little bit cold, they shutting schools down. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You not going to school.
The part that I'm mad at people that saying like people in Texas don't know how to drive because they're not used to this weather. If you was a part of that accident that happened in Fort Worth,
that was not no one's fault.
Yeah, exactly. You don't see ahead of you, and by the time you see what's happening, if you hit your brakes, you slide.
You slide it, yeah.
And then the most you can do is just get off your gas and be like,
and
God.
just pray.
God.
I know when it's that dark. When it's that dark, you don't know that this is a crash in front of you. You just see lights.
Exactly.
So, okay, you're probably thinking it's traffic, so you're starting to slow down maybe, but then you realize, oh, I'm going.
It was so many people just trying to say, people in Texas don't know how to drive. I was just like...
And I just think about the time that I hydroplaned, so I know for a fact, if this ice is on the ground like that, when I could not control my car hydroplaning... Ice, oh my goodness, like that is just scary. And like even when we were driving to get the water and stuff, I just like we stopped so far back from a car, like you know what I'm saying, like it was like a red light, and we're still like drifting a little bit, like nah.
Man, I went out that Monday morning because I was getting the firewood and stuff, and man, like I'm saying I'm stopped. I didn't roll to a stop going like this. And I'm still just sliding off to the curb.
Yeah.
Like just it's nothing I can do besides turn the wheel and like
a little bit.
They say go in the opposite direction, or you go in the direction of the slide. I don't know.
Go the opposite direction.
The opposite direction of the slide.
So it kind of
it'll level out a little bit. Yeah. I saw this tweet. Somebody was like, that first drift will humble you. You know what I'm saying? Like, that first slide you do, you be like, whoo. Because sometimes you'll get comfortable, like, oh, okay. I'm fine. Then you start
Yeah,
drifting. You're
catch
like,
ice.
oh, hold on now. And then you can't see the ice. That's the thing, because we was pulling out the apartment, and he was walking to the driver's side and slipped. And he was
If
like,
it looks like it's water, it's ice.
it's ice.
Yeah.
He's like, see that? That's what we got to worry about. Even like, I think on like Wednesday when it was kind of dying down, but there was still some like little ice patches on the road.
Yeah.
And people are just driving like we just didn't go through what we went through.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how y'all doing that? When we've seen so many little patches of ice that we had to like bypass. Like, no. No,
That's
man,
crazy.
Sam.
I learned my lesson when I went to school in Tyler, and I had a class at 8 o'clock. The Tyler, like, high school, elementary, they canceled everything. But TJC decided to keep classes going. So at, like, 8:30, they was like, oh, we're officially canceling class and shutting the campus down. So I go to my car. It's snow everywhere. It's people already in the ditch. I'm like, what the crap? My apartment was, like, 15 minutes from the school. I got home in, like, 45 minutes. But I didn't hit my gas till I got to my apartment street. And then when I hit my brake, I slid into, like, my apartment sign.
Oh,
So, but other than that, I didn't hit my gas, my brake the whole trip home at all.
Ooh, Tyler's so country.
Yeah, but it was so many accidents. I was just like,
In Freeport, my grandma, they didn't have power for like 3 days, and she said she slept in like her sweats upon sweats, gloves, hats. Like she said, she bundled
Yeah,
up.
and she didn't have it for 3 days.
3 days. I said, you ain't sleep with Jean? That's my grandpa. They sleep in separate rooms. She said, girl, no. Like, y'all ain't cuddle up or nothing. She was like, girl, no, he was good and everything.
Oh, see, I would have been cuddled up in your face.
Them old people, they don't like to sleep together. Oh, I know a lot of old couples that have their own rooms.
Yeah.
So she was
I
like,
know
he was
my
fine.
aunt and uncle that's old. She's like my grandmother's sister. And her husband lives in Houston, and she lives in
Oh
Houston.
shoot! I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I live with you. I want to live with you.
But they make it work.
I think this just showed us too, just as like millennials in a sense, because the older people, they were just like, oh, this happens. Like, I guess it's happened to them before, but like, I don't know about this. I don't know about pipes freezing. I don't know what to do. Like, I seen a picture, somebody warming up their baby's milk. They put the pot on top of like these cans, and then the candle was right under it.
That.
Oh my God! Like, it actually made me sad.
Yeah.
Like, that people had to do that. I was just
Because
thinking.
it's just, I mean, how are you gonna make your baby milk warm?
I was thinking
Like,
about the
put it down.
homeless
I
people.
don't
That
know.
hurt me. I was just like, oh my God, it's so cold. Like, I'm cold, and I'm in the house, and I have heat. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like, the moment I go into my closet or something, like, I'm freezing. Like,
But I can see how the old people made it more than, with us.
Yeah, they ain't
Because
got no air conditioning.
well, no, I grew up with no air conditioning. I don't think we got unit like AC and heat until I was like 13 or 14 years old. We had literally the gas heater that you lighted and then
I know
you
what
put the
you're
gas
talking
on.
yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, I never wanted to do it. I'm
I mean,
scared.
them the best heaters to have when the electricity goes out.
Hot. I see
Trust me,
so
I was
many
thinking about that.
funny memes like
Yes.
about you if you with your grandma, you good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Your grandma gonna keep you warm. Let me go cut on the stove real quick.
She
Like,
got that big metal space heater.
what?
So I saw that you're not supposed to heat your house with a gas stove.
Yeah, you're
That's
not.
dangerous. I didn't know that.
Because
We
you
used to
fill
do
your house
that.
with
Oh, with gas.
We used to do that.
But we
I
used to
know,
do
but
We
it.
would
Yeah.
do the gas
good.
stove.
We
We
were
would
just-
do the gas heaters. All that.
It
Like
worked good, but you
we
inhaling
still
gas,
living.
bro.
Mm-hmm.
We still alive. I mean,
This one family,
Just
it
open
was
the
a
windows and you'll be kind of
a lady and her child.
Don't
They
like
died
no
in the
matches.
car because they were
Oh,
sleeping in
in
the
the
car in the
garage.
garage. That
That's
made
Oh
me
my
mad.
God.
Yeah, that
Open
was
the damn-
dumb.
open the garage door.
Because I feel like
you know,
everybody knows
exactly
that if you have a car running in a garage.
Yes, it was also another family, a family
Yeah.
of 4. Both of the girls died, the mom and the daughter, but the son and the dad, they survived.
Oh my
They were in the
goodness.
hospital, just.
Like, I just know, like, because I'm going to tell you, I just slept in cars a lot.
Right.
So I know if you out in a parking lot or something, like, you good. This
I mean, but they teach us that when we're like.
Yes. Like, people actually do this on purpose. Like,
They were probably just thinking, like, let's just stay warm, we cold. Don't let the garage up because we cold. They just probably weren't thinking.
but we in a car.
They
Like,
weren't
the
thinking.
heat is going, though. The heat is going in the car. It's a small
They
space. You're
weren't
going to
thinking.
get warm. Have your blankets and get in your driveway.
I ain't gonna
Yeah.
lie. When I woke up Monday morning, I expected people to be doing the exact same thing that I was doing, which is trying to get firewood. Like, I expected to see a lot of people outside with machetes and stuff cutting down
Axes.
trees. Like, I was the only one. I was like, there was
I
people
believe
coming
it.
outside. I was like, I'm getting firewood for it, and they was like, I was like, hi, yeah, I'm gonna be warm. Y'all gonna be freezing.
I literally was under my blanket. That's it. That's all I was doing.
Like-
Not moving. Because if I moved, I would get colder.
Yeah.
So I didn't like what you. That's good. It was it a mayor? Somebody tweeted and they resigned, but they were like in the government for Texas.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, they're pretty much
One of
like
the-
y'all need to know how to do what y'all need to do on y'all own. Do not be just dependent on the government to try to take care of you. Y'all can't be just like he went off.
Yeah.
He went off and then he resigned.
He called
Because
it
he
D.
was like, y'all not about to put this on me.
I mean,
Y'all
but
not
that
about to
do
put
make
this on
sense
me.
because
Yeah.
like, why are we dependent on somebody to take care of us at the end of the day?
I mean, like in this
Why can't we
situation,
go out there and get fireworks like
Yeah.
what you were doing?
Like that's what I'm saying. And that's it. And like something like that. Like I was okay. So first I went to the gas station to see if they had any coals because I was gonna just like make a coal fire and just because there was a fireplace in there, but I was gonna make a coal fire and just light it like that. But they ain't have no coals. So that's really the reason why I just started looking for firewood because I was like, I can't really drive nowhere. I done almost slipped and fell like 4 times walking to the corner store.
Yeah, like.
I'm walking and just, like,
You gotta be careful.
like catching myself, like I know I look retarded, like I know I look slow, but I couldn't even like be mad because there was a bunch of people doing the same stuff. So
I think it's just so funny how we're sitting here laughing about how we almost lost our lives. Like,
No,
many times.
look, y'all, it's gonna be hurricane season.
Oh,
Everybody
my
stay
God.
prepared. Hide in the bathtubs when it's windy.
Yes,
Make sure
get you
you
some
keep
pillows.
water. Turn off your air condition. What's most safety tips?
At this point, just always stay ready.
Yeah.
Just if you
Stay
think you
ready.
prepared, you ain't.
Yeah.
Go get some more. All right. It's the studio, y'all. We'll be right back. Okay. Good.
I got
Many things, and I don't have an addictive personality,
That makes sense.
so it's like, okay, yeah, I could try it.
Because
It's
I
great.
smoked a cigarette before.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'm good.
And that's the thing.
Yeah.
I actually smoked cigarettes for a while when I was working at the plant, but it was nothing for me to stop.
Right.
Like I just stopped. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it's like, try what you try. But if you know yourself, then you're fine. Like it's not.
But I know
necessarily.
myself is addictive just because of the weed. and
I don't know,
that's
I just
what
feel like
makes
it's
me
different with
because
weed,
I
like-
really want to try
Yeah.
the white girl. I
Uh,
do. I swear I want to try it. I'm just scared I'll be addicted. You know what I'm saying?
If you think that, then don't.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why
if
I've
you
been
think
like.
that, then don't because.
probably not
But then
gonna
you
do
might.
it.
You never know. You might get it, and you're just like, not what I
I
thought.
just
You know
wanna
what I'm
do it
saying?
Just because I don't do everything once. Just
Yeah.
one time.
Live life.
Let me just
Shoot,
say
I
I
say
did that
live.
Oh
life.
yeah, I did that back in X, Y, and Z, but I'm done with it.
Yeah, I did it.
now.
Actually, I did it a couple years ago. Actually, no. The last time I did it was last year in LA off of Emmy.
Hey, so
But I
it's
had
not
to.
addicting.
No,
You
well, not
had
for
to.
me. I had to, bro. It was off of Emmy. Like, why wouldn't I do coke off of an Emmy? Like, who would say no? You know what I'm saying? Like,
off of Emmy with
an
the
award. Emmy Awards, yeah.
Oh, you got an award?
No, I didn't.
You were
Someone
there,
had
though.
it, yeah.
That's
and I was
what's
like,
up.
yeah.
Oh,
you know what I'm saying? Yeah, so why not? You know, so.
No, for real. Like,
Right?
how could you not? Yeah.
Huh?
I would like to be the voice for reason and say that cocaine dissolves the frontal lobe of your brain.
Yes, it does. I have a cousin who doesn't have her, this part of her nose.
Yeah.
She doesn't have this part or like that, so it looks like she has a cleft lip because she snorted so much coke, it messed up her nasal passage.
It just disappeared?
It deteriorated because of all the coke she snorted.
It stops your brain from maturing. So like,
Yeah.
if you did coke your whole 20s, you probably be stuck in like a 20-year-old mind.
Yeah.
Why? When you
Exactly. That's why my grandpa was a fucking child at 80. Like, seriously. Like, he was excuse me, y'all, for my language, but he was a child, and it's from all the coke that he did. I know it. I know it for a fact. And the fact that he just had the secondhand nature to always do this. Nothing.
She is flicking her nose.
He would do, like, we just sitting there talking, yeah, you know, and then I went over there, I'm like, ain't nothing on there. You good. Like, nothing is on your nose, dude. Like,
Look, this be the one though.
yeah, that'd be what, getting up in there. You know what I'm saying?
You good?
You
man,
fine?
good.
You okay? Yo, all right. You know, so I remember I did it, and it just, actually, y'all, it's a funny story, because Lance is my boyfriend's best friend, and the first time I ever tried it, it was, God, I don't know how long ago, it was years ago, and me and my friend did it, and we were going over to see Tay, like, you know, and Lance, so we're sitting there, we're geeked up off the booger sugar, and cocaine just came into a topic. I don't know how it came up, right? Lance goes, yeah, that stuff's whack, man. I couldn't talk to anybody that does that. I can't mess with no girl that does that. And Tay's like, yeah, I don't think I could either. And I'm just sitting there like, Like, is it on my nose? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was sitting there like, they know. You know, so then, and I'm like looking at Deja, and Deja's looking at me, I'm like, so what do we say? And I was just like, well, you know, I don't think it's that bad. Like,
That's why she was acting weird that night.
yes, that's why she didn't say anything, because we were just like, y'all caught
So,
up.
I mean, you can still function.
Yes, like the one thing I can say is it just gave me that boost of confidence. I thought I was the president of the United States and nobody could tell me otherwise. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just boom. I always say I see why Bobby Brown was on that stage ripping off his shirt. Like, yeah, while the concert's over. You know what I'm saying? The concert's done. Like,
No, I can believe it. Because the girls, I've been in the restroom with girls that have did the bullshit.
mm-hmm.
And then we came out the restroom and they was like,
It was
it's
immediate.
Lightning McQueen.
It was
like,
immediate. Like, it was happening, and then we get in the car. I said, whoa. Like, I am awake. I'm wired.
Well, how do you do?
Oh, how are you? You know what I'm saying? But one thing that I realized for me, I'm a very cheap person. I didn't want to keep buying that.
Yeah.
Like, you know what
So
I'm saying?
how much
Like,
was a good trip?
I don't know, because the person that I got it from was my friend. So he gave it to me at a good price because he knew I had never tried it before, and I just kind of wanted to try it. But I realized, like, I don't like to sniff things like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For one, and it don't last long. It don't last long. So you gotta like that's why people always keep doing it and stuff. And I don't want to keep doing that.
Right.
Like, I'm tired. Like,
I mean,
you know what I'm saying?
I saw somebody buy rock for
Yeah.
$130.
Yes.
And it was like.
So that's why I was like,
literally
nah,
this
I'm
much
good
of
on
rock.
it. Like, it wasn't my drug choice, not my thing. Happy I tried it, so I can say like
So
I tried
rock
it and I
and
know.
powder is different.
Yeah,
Right
yeah.
now, powder for like just a bump or just a line is going for the dub. Whole grams is going for 90.
Yeah.
XO.
Actually, that's what it was. Yeah, I paid $20 for like a
is going
So
for
20 for just the.
like a little like it was like a line.
XO.
Yeah. I was like a freshman. I was a freshman in college.
Adderall's went up in price.
Really?
Adderall's is 20 now.
How much
Dang.
is Vicodin?
I don't know. That's not on his list.
Oh, probably like $5.
This is an actual like
list,
for
right?
somebody.
Well, that's his.
Yeah, this is his
But
actual
Yeah,
list.
bro, like it's just crazy. But you can
I
try
would
it.
never.
You could so try it, but you're not gonna you're not gonna get addicted, bro.
Okay.
Because if you're like me, and I'm not gonna be buying this shit all the time, this
I
stuff all
want
the
to try
time.
it one time, but I want to try it like with somebody I trust. Yeah, and I just want to do it, like, cause when I tell you I'm confident already when I'm drinking.
Yes.
So I could not imagine.
Oh my
the
God,
confidence
like,
I get if
on
I
there,
try
like it's
that.
just crazy. But that was just funny to me. Like, I remember them just talking about it. I'm just like, how do they know? Like, they just have to know that I'm on it right now.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But yeah,
They didn't know.
so it was that time, and then I did it for a second time. Like, I can count on one hand how many times I've done it. I did it for a second time with my cousin because she wanted me to do it so bad with her. You know, druggies don't like to do nothing by themselves.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So they want you to do it with them. I was like, okay. And then after that, I was just like, I'm good.
Yeah.
So
with the acid, I had a rush. It was just something that just told me, try it.
yeah.
And it was like a rush. So I got with my cousin,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, do it with me, because she had already done it. And we did it.
And we did it.
But when I tell you that was the most beautiful experience, have you ever caught yourself giving advice, really good advice to people?
Yes.
Okay, so
Yes.
I gave myself
Really
really
good
good
advice.
advice. It's like I had a conversation with myself. I was able to just sit there and just evaluate everything going around me. It was like a life guide. Like, I don't know. I feel like everybody need to do it once.
Yeah, I think everyone should do acid. It really opens up your third eye.
Yeah.
Seriously, I think everyone should do it.
At least one time.
At least one time, because you're honestly, if you have a business or something like that, or any idea that you stuck on in some sense,
Right.
and you do that, it's gonna open your mind up to so many other things. Like, it's not something that you could do every day, like weed or something like that.
Right.
That's not the case ever. I don't understand how people can even do that. But you have to try it at least once.
Yeah.
But we're going to be right back, you guys, in the studio. We're going to go on a quick break before we close out. Y'all stay tuned.
You're locked into the studio on 92 KLZ.
Oh yeah, you made it.
The only station with new music, new artists, new sound.
We got the heat.